If your plastic and metal basket drive hubs keep stripping, the probable cause is a corroded spline. A new spline will solve the problem. So let's replace the gear case that includes a new spline. This is a Maytag commercial washing machine, model number MVWP575GW0. After 4 failed plastic drive hubs, I tried the metal version, and it failed too. Let's start the teardown. I first unplugged the unit, turned off the water supply valves, and disconnected the hoses. Next, I removed the fabric softener dispenser by releasing the 2 locking tabs. I used a stubby screwdriver to pry free 1 tab. The agitator cam was removed by removing the 7/16" bolt. Then the agitator auger was removed. Next, I removed the coupling by first removing the 2 screws. I placed towels over the wash plate holes in case I dropped the screws. Releasing the 4 locking tabs was next. I used aluminum fence ties as extra hands. You can also use something similar like small screwdrivers. Next, the 7/16" bolt was removed to remove the wash plate. I used 2 nut drivers for this. Then the wash plate was removed. Here is the bolt and rubber washer. To remove the basket drive hub, I used a flat blade screwdriver to pry and tap out the retaining clip. Remove the 6 screws and pried the drive hub free. Here's a look at the worn teeth. This happened to the metal version also. That's when I did more research and found that the corroded spline was the most likely cause of the stripped drive hubs. Anyway, I pulled the washer away from the wall and removed the cable cover at the rear of the machine with a 1/4" socket. Next, the lid screws were removed with a number 20 torque security bit. The lid was pulled forward about 1 inch to release it from the latching tabs. A piece of duct tape was used to secure the lid. Another much longer length of duct tape was used to hold the lid open as it leaned slightly back. Then the 8 locking tabs around the tub ring seal were released with a stubby flat blade screwdriver, and the ring seal was lifted out of the way. With some luck on my side, the inner tub was easily removed. Here's a look at 6+ years of grime buildup. Not too bad. I wet the outside of the inner tub with a hose and cleaned off the grime with a wet rag. Next, the inside of the outer tub was wiped clean with a wet rag also. I then lowered and re-secured the lid. Tape down the drain hose to the top of the control panel to prevent spillage. Placed a small step stool behind the washer and carefully tilted the washer back onto the step stool. The step stool prevented the drain holes from being crushed. I then had full access to the underside of the washer. I put on gloves because of all the exposed sharp metal edges. First, I removed the pulley cover with a 5/16" socket. Then the belt. Followed by removing and unplugging the shift actuator. Next, the capacitor was unplugged. I unplugged the two wire mounts with the help of a flat blade screwdriver and long nose pliers. The motor connector was disconnected. Next, the motor was removed using a 1/2-inch socket. Then the four 10mm gearcase mounting bolts were removed. And the gearcase was carefully pulled out. To remove the pulley, I held the drive shaft with a channel lock pliers and unscrewed the nut with a 1/2-inch wrench. Turn the clutch assembly counterclockwise to remove it. And same goes for the capacitor. Here's another side-by-side look at the new and old splines. Now for a quick look at the reassembly. Reinstall the capacitor, clutch assembly, pulley. Lubricate the shaft seal with dish soap and reinstall the gearcase into the outer tub. Screw in the four mounting bolts. Reinstall the motor. Wire harness. Plug in the motor, capacitor, and shift actuator. Position the actuator arm into the clutch slot and secure the shift actuator. Reinstall the drive belt. And the pulley cover. Whew, almost done. Stand the washer up. Raise the lid. Reinstall the inner tub. And the tub ring seal. Lower and re-secure the lid. Reinstall the rear cable cover. Now to install the drive hub, wash plate, and auger. Align the drive hub holes with the screw holes. Use a piece of wood trim and a hammer to tap the drive hub onto the drive shaft. Place towels to catch any fallen screws. Install the 6 hub screws. Use a crisscross or star pattern. And tighten the screws and check that there is no gap between the hub and base plate. Reinstall the retaining clip. Use a hammer and length of wood trim. Until the clip covers the screw heads and the points stick out from the other end. Reinstall the wash plate. The bolt and rubber washer were inserted into the wash plate neck. The wash plate was positioned back onto the drive shaft, and the 7/16" bolt was firmly tightened. To reinstall the coupling, I aligned the screw holes on the coupling and wash plate neck, and press the coupling down to secure the locking tabs. The 2 screws are then reinstalled to secure the coupling to the wash plate neck. The agitator auger was reinstalled. Then the agitator cam. By lining the slots on the outside of the cam with the slots on the inside of the coupling. And the 7/16 bolt was tightened. The fabric softener dispenser was reinstalled by aligning the 2 locking tabs with the slots at the top of the agitator auger. It was pressed down and then twisted counterclockwise. I threw away the old supply hoses, installed new hoses, opened the water supply valves, and plugged in the unit. The washer was calibrated with instructions I found on the Lorraine Furniture and Appliance YouTube channel. The lid was closed on an empty basket. Starting at the 12 o'clock position, turn one click left, right, right, left, right, and the light should start flashing, indicating it is in surface mode. Then turn the dial to the right till only the final spin light is on, indicating it is in quick test mode. Press the start button to start the quick test. The test will take 2 to 4 minutes to complete.